Hello ladies and gentlemen, Michael23B here, and welcome back to episode 9 on the Cemetech Minecraft server. And it's been a little bit since we last recorded. Last episode, of course, we went to the end with everyone and we fought the Ender Dragon. We got some shulker boxes and we got our elytra, our fancy little elytra here. And yeah, since last episode I've done quite a bit of work, just mainly like flattening out some area for farms here. As you can see, I've kind of got some farms I'm wanting to plan, and also in some of my previous episodes I've been saying I want to terraform a bit, so I've cleared some trees here. So we've got a river that's going to flow. Oh, my momentum keeps getting interrupted. But yeah, so we've got a river here. Let me just turn around. So we've got a river planned. It's going to require a lot of digging in order to get done, but I think it'll look nice in the end. And of course we also have our waterfall here. I kind of dug out a path for our waterfall and it goes all the way down. I'm getting lag or something. But yeah, that's our waterfall coming all the way down that I dug a path for. I might want to make it bigger in the end in order to come maybe like all the way from down there, have a whole bunch of it falling down and down into this river. But yeah, we'll see about that. I'm gonna dig out this whole river first, and then figure out that waterfall. But that is kind of a big project and I'm not wanting to do a whole bunch of digging right now, so I'm actually gonna dedicate this episode to a whole bunch of farms, because we really need it. We need more of a crop farm. I've laid out some crops here, but I'm wanting to actually get an auto crop farm set up with some villagers. I'm also wanting to set up a villager trading house, which I'm gonna put right here. And then we also have our cow farm, which will be useful for steak and leather, and then we also have our sheep farm, which we'll get a bunch of colored wool from. And eventually I'll also have sugarcane, but not at the moment. I'm just kind of wanting to get a few of these farms down. I'm gonna start with the villager trading hall, I think, and then move on to the potato farm, and or whatever. It's gonna be potatoes, carrots, beetroot, and wheat. And I've kind of got some areas set out for them. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am going to get started on our villager trading hall right here. So we're going to need some spruce wood, and I'll go get that. Alright, so I've got my logs and I've got a whole bunch of other wood. So we're going to go ahead and start on our build. And what I'm thinking for this villager trading hall is I actually want to inset the walls a bit, and I want to raise up the floor by 1. So this is where I'm going to be building sort of the base, and put our pillars here, and then we're just going to wrap this all the way around until we have an entire perimeter. And there we go, there's our perimeter, and I'm going to set in the floor. So we'll get our dark oak slabs. And then we'll also get some dark oak. Where does that go? There we go. So I'm gonna dig this up. I really wish the rain would stop. We'll probably get to go away though. So as I said, I'm going to inset the wall just by 1. Add a bit of depth to our building, and grab our planks, and also grab our deep slate. So in my traditional fashion, I'm wanting to do deep slate for the base layer of the wall, and then I'll move on to spruce planks. Alright, and there's that. We've got our base layer of our wall. Now we're just going to fill in the floor here with some more dark oak, if we have it. And I am out of room. There we go. So we're just going to fill this in with dark oak. And one thing I should mention is when I said trading hall, I'm actually going to make this a librarian trading hall. So it's just going to be books, no farmers, no weaponsmiths or anything. It's just the librarians. That way we can get some nice enchanted books. And then I'm also wanting to go with a design where we put some zombies in the back. That way we can get zombie villagers and we can heal them. And then we can get discounts on their trades. Alright, so there's our floor, and now we're going to add in our observer and piston functionality. So essentially what this is I'm going to put a note block on top of this observer, and whenever I hit it, it moves down, or it moves up, and we'll put a lectern right on top here, and this is where our villager will stand, and then our zombies will be running down behind here. And then they'll be able to attack. We can move them. We can move the villagers down and up. And I actually need to craft some spruce trap doors, so we can just place these like this. And then we'll just open them like that. And then that way the zombies won't be able to get in towards the villagers. But they will be able to attack them. Now we're just going to close all of these. And then eventually we'll bring in a zombie back here. But I'll save that for later. And then we'll put in the rest of our pistons. And place the observer first. Get my dark oak. Whoops. We can place our note blocks. So, observer, piston, dark oak, note block. 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 Alright, and there's our floor. So now we can raise and lower each of these as much as we want. And then we'll bring in the villagers eventually. But now what I'm going to do is get more of my spruce logs. Get a bunch of spruce. And I'm going to raise this up about that high. Then we can also do our spruce walls, and that'll go all the way around. And now we've got all of our spruce logs placed and all of our spruce plank walls on the inside. I'm actually going to place some torches here, and this will be kind of our little porchway. And I think I'll place my door here. And I just like to place some stairs like this to add a bit of depth to the building. And now what I want to do is place a bunch of our bookshelves on the walls like this. And I don't even think I'm going to have enough. I'm going to have enough for one side, I think. But yeah, this will be our part of our design. And then let's actually cover this up like this. And then we also have stairs. What we're going to do with these is going to place them like this. And I'll remove some of them so we can place our lecterns. Oh, hello, Bancor. Thank you. And we're just gonna give him 3 diamonds. Alright, so I've installed some bookshelves, I've installed some lecterns in the floor here. And this might not even be enough to fill in the walls. But yeah, we're gonna fill this in. And then we also need to craft more lecterns for our place. Alright, so we'll place more of our lecterns here. And then get our spruce trapdoors. And if you're wondering what the sound of all the villagers is I've actually moved. There used to be a villager house up there from the previous episodes. I completely destroyed that, actually, and I moved our villagers temporarily. So let me just go show you. So we did used to have a villager house right there, but I didn't really like it anymore, and it was kind of in the way of what I wanted to build in this whole space. So I moved all of the villagers down here. All of the ones we had anyway. So there's just a couple. And we've got 2 librarians at the moment. I think one of them's like Aqua Affinity and one of them's Infinity. Let's just go down here for a moment. And then what this thing is a villager breeder. So I've actually built a bit of a house here. And you can probably hear that already. We've got 2 villagers up here, and what this is they actually breed, they farm the potatoes, and then they make babies basically, and the babies walk towards the bed, which is over there, and they drop down into that tube. You've probably seen the design already if you play Minecraft at all. This is gonna be very, very loud. Yikes. Alright, so... oh, frick. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this is a heck of a ton of villagers. We have all the villagers we could ever need in here. Honestly, I don't even know if it ever stops. Like, these people came into existence very quickly. But yeah, if we go in here, we've got our rail system, and if I wanted to, I could dispense a minecart down into there, and then they would go back up and go into that water stream. And that's a bubble column, so they would go all the way up here. The slime block would push the villager, and then they'd be dispensed out onto our rail system, and we can take them wherever we want. So that works pretty well. We can get villagers from there to supply our trading hall here. And we can also use some of the old villagers from our previous house. So, yeah. So now what I think it's actually time we do is start on our roof. So I'm going to start with some stairs right here. And then I want to do a bit of kind of a different design, so I'm going to alternate these for kind of our roof edge. And now that we've got that, I'm going to go up on our roof. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll switch to stairs here. And kind of go up steeper. And we'll stop there. And we'll also go up like this to add a little bit of a tip to the roof. So there's sort of the beginning of our roof structure. And we're going to go up and kind of fill it in like this. We're going to do alternating spruce and bone blocks. It's kind of a nice pattern. Awesome, so now we've got a nice design up top. And now I've got planned for the roof. We're gonna make, as I was saying to Banker earlier, we're gonna make a bit of a copper roof. So kind of some normal copper, maybe some weathered copper. And then we'll also have a window, and that will be our roof. So I'm gonna get to work on that. And abracadabra, we've got a bunch of our copper placed. Now we just need to install the windows. But yeah, as you see, I've got some weathered copper, and I've got some normal copper. Or Actually, I think it's called exposed copper. So we've got some light brown, and then we've got a bit of an orange. So it provides some nice color to the roof. And now we'll just go in here. And now we need to do the windows. So as I said, I want to do kind of an arching window. So we need to make these arches. Alright, and now we've got all of our archways done. You can see all of them go across here. And so what we need now is we need our white stained glass. And we're going to fill it in. And we're just going to place it on all the solid blocks. Oh, visual glitch there. And we'll place our last glass. And get some dark oak slabs. I've got all covered. And now what I want to do is just come up here. Let's do like a fancy little thing here. And there we go. There's our little snake up top. So we'll place our lantern under some chains. Just dangling from a chain, if I can do that. And add our lantern. There we go. And there we go. It's all finished. So we've got Bankor up here. Oh wait. That causes a lot of lag. But yeah, that is all finished. And yeah, so it does require a bit of landscaping on the outside. But overall, pretty nice. And I've added a little bit of kind of a awning here at the front. And there we go. There's our final awning. And I'll show you this villager breeder. Alright, y'all. And now it's actually been a couple days since that last segment that I recorded. And I've brought in all of the villagers from our villager breeder. I've brought them into our trading hall. And I've made some nice banners here. As you can see, it's kind of like an enchanted book. With a purple gradient coming up from the bottom. And if we walk into here, you can see we've got all of our villagers. And this actually took like 2 whole real-life days to get all of them in here. And to roll for the proper trades. And I've also got discounts on several of them. So you can see we've got 1 emerald for flame. 10 emeralds for sharpness 5. Feather falling 4 for 1 emerald. I've got unbreaking 3 for 1 emerald. Mending for like 12 emeralds. I want to re-roll this guy. But yeah, I've got like 17 of the 24 villagers here discounted. And if we walk into the back, I can just kind of show you. We've got our zombie here. We've got Zoms, as I called him. Let's keep him in there. But yeah, whenever we want to discount a villager, we just hit the note block like this, and then he'll start getting attacked. But I don't want to do that right now because I want to save this guy. One of the other things that I did mention is that we are on normal difficulty, so part of the process of actually getting all these villagers in here over the last 2 or 3 days was having to, convert them to zombie villagers, and then I'd say more than half of them died in the process because there is like a 50% chance that they die instead of converting. But yeah, that's all done. That's our entire villager trading house, and I've spent most of the episode already pretty much building this entire thing. But one of the other things that's very important to me on this episode is that we get our auto crop farm done. And I was going to put it over there, but I figured out that this is actually a better spot for it, and it's actually within render distance of our cabin, so that means it will always be loaded and generating crops for us. So I've dug out a giant hole here, and I'm gonna put all of our farms down in the hole. And I'm gonna build a nice house on top for our storage. So I'm going to get to work on our auto crop farm. We've got a bunch of stuff to fill in here. Yeah, I'm gonna start that. Alright, and now I've started to fill in our area with some walkways. As you can see, we've got about 12 layers. So what the plan is that we're going to have 12 farms, 4 of them being for carrots, 4 of them being for potatoes, and then we're going to have 2 layers of beetroot and 2 layers of wheat. And the thing with the wheat and beetroot is that they also drop seeds, and so farmers don't actually drop them. So we're able to get the farmers to drop their carrots and potatoes into the chute by trying to share them with another villager. But for the beetroot and the wheat, we're going to have to use our little minecart system here. That hopper minecart will run underneath the whole platform. And of course, we'll have to fill in the dirt and put in some villagers and stuff. But as you can see, it runs around the whole platform. It'll pick up any of the crops that the farmers drop. And then it dispenses into this dispenser, and then all of those items will get dispensed out into this water system. And the same with the carrots and the potatoes. Those villagers will drop them in here. And then we've just got a little chute system here. There's soul sand down there, and all of the items will go up our water chute. So, yeah, now what we have to do, we have to get our dirt filled in, and then I'll start building up the whole area. And so yeah, we're going to put in our dirt here. Just going to cover up the whole floor. And then we'll put in our water and place a slab first so that it doesn't flood the bottom. And then we'll till our soil. And then we can place our composter. And we'll place another lantern. And we'll place our trapdoors. This is so that the villagers can't get to the composter and compost their stuff. That ensures that we get the drops that they farm. And now I'm going to plant some seeds. So we'll just fill in this whole area with our wheat seeds. And then what we need to do is bring in our villager before we go any further. And I'm going to go over to the villager breeder. There we go. So we've got our villager coming up. And as I was saying, I'm hoping I can just extend the rail and get them to come in, but I'm not sure if they take fall damage while they're in a minecart. So I guess we'll see. Alright. There you go, buddy. Yeah. I knew that'd happen. I don't know why I didn't just do something different. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to like lay a rail or something down here. Can we just lay a rail here? Alright, we'll lay a rail there. And I hope that'll be okay. Alright, and here he comes. Drop straight down. And he's in our system. There we go. So we've got our first farmer villager. Just going to remove the minecart. There you go, buddy. And get our hoe and replant the wheat. And I think he should take the job. He should take the job in the morning, at least. Alright, so I'm going to give him 8 stacks of wheat. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Uh-oh. Alright, and now he's taken the farmer job, and his inventory is full of seeds, so that means he won't pick up any of our wheat, and it will all get dispensed to us up into the chute. So now we can continue on, and we can do an entire another layer. So yeah. Alright, so now I've got our second layer done here. It's our second layer of wheat seeds. So now what I need to do is go ahead and bring in our second villager. Okay, and now that that villager is sorted, now we can build our 2 layers of beetroot farms. Alright, so now we have our 2 layers of beetroot, we have our 2 layers of beetroot, and we have our 2 layers of wheat, and we're already collecting some auto drops, so everything is actually being dispensed into the system, as you can see, and it goes up to our temporary collection system up there. But yeah, we have our villagers in there and everything, and it did require a bit of finagling because I realized that some of the villagers actually have potatoes still in their inventory from the villager breeder. So I added kind of this little buffer zone, that way we can make sure they plant anything that they have in their inventory before we drop them down. And that prevents us from having any stray potatoes or whatever in the system. But yeah, now that we're done with our 4 rail layers, we can move on to our potatoes and do our carrots. And yeah, I'm gonna build, it's gonna be an entire another 8 layers of farms. So 4 carrots and 4 potatoes. But yeah, so now what we actually have to do is we have to get 1 farmer villager in here, and we also have to get 1 just regular villager in this spot here. And this guy will be unemployed, but the reason he's here is that the farmer villager will try and toss all of their food to this villager to share it, but instead it'll just drop down into the water system here, and then it'll go up to us. So yeah, I'm gonna get all of those villagers into the system. I'm gonna copy this layout for all 8 of these farms, and then I will be back. And abracadabra, once again, I've done all the hard work, and I've installed the rest of our farms up in the system. So let's head down here just for a moment. So you can see we've got our potato farm in here. This guy's farming away with his potatoes, and eventually he'll throw it to the other villager. And then we've got our 3 other potato layers, and then we've got 4 layers of carrots, as you can see. We've got the villager in there. And of course we're getting our auto drops already. We're getting potatoes and wheat and beetroot, and we're still waiting on the guy to collect a bunch of carrots, but I'm sure it will show up here soon. But yeah, that is all filled in. So we've got pretty much most of the hard work done. Now I'm gonna get to work on building our house. So I've laid out all of our pillars, and we're also gonna do a porch here. So I'm kind of just going to build our porch out in the front, and I've got our floor layouts. We're gonna do a bit of unique design once again. But yeah, we're gonna do this. Gonna lay in our porch with dark oak. And we're going to lay in 2 layers of our deep slate base. So we're just gonna do this. And we're going to fill in our floor. And right here in the center is where we'll put all of our chests up in a stack. So we'll put some double chests here and here and here and here. Those will be our 4 items. And we're also going to put in an extra layer of glass here, just so we can walk over it and peer into our system. Alright, well now I've completed a bunch of the frame. I've put up a bunch of our spruce logs. And now we can go ahead and fill in our walls and do our storage system a little bit. As you can see, this is where all of our items will be coming up. This is our water tube, and eventually I'll make it come up this way, and then I'll go over into our sorting system, and then we'll have our collection area here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put our chests in. Put our chests up like this, and then we'll have hoppers running behind them. And I also want to have a spot for our seeds. So we'll have beetroot seeds and wheat seeds, and eventually I can even have like a composter if I want to. That way we can turn our seeds into bone meal. But yeah, I'm gonna do all of these chests up in a few layers like this. And there's our storage tower all put in. And now I'm just starting the walls here, as you can see. So I'm doing our spruce planks. And some windows. And then over here, I'm actually going to do some spruce planks and grab my glass. Like this. And then we'll have our water spout coming up, as I said. So we'll have something like this. And then I'm just going to put a trap door here, in case we want to dispense any of our crops in our inventory into the system. But yeah, going to continue on the walls here. And now we have a bunch of our walls installed. And I've also put in a little balcony here. I've put in, well, not a balcony, but like a second floor, you know. And that's where our stuff will flow in. We've got a balcony here. A nice little balcony. And I still need to do the roof. I still need to do the sorting system and everything. But yeah, it's going pretty well so far. And I do realize that the episode is getting kind of long now, so I'm trying to finish this up. I'm not showing everything that I'm doing, but yeah, I'm just doing this in steps. And one thing I should mention is that I'm still getting beetroot and wheat, but for some reason I'm not getting carrots and potatoes anymore. So I might have to figure out my villagers again. Might have to replace them or something. It's kind of hard, really difficult figuring out these villagers. So after this project, I'm not gonna work with villagers again for a long time. But yeah, all of our walls, we've got pretty much installed. We've got to do the roof. And once again, I'm gonna do copper. Kind of a copper roof, exposed copper and normal copper. Oops. And yeah, so now we have to get our sorting system installed. And then I'll move on to the roof. And finally, we are all done with our auto crop farm. It is completely finished. I've put up some decorations, I've finished the exterior, I've done the sorting system, I've put up some flowers and everything. So yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a tour. Go inside here, and as you can see, we've got our sorting system all done, as you saw me build. And whenever we have items processing in here, these lamps will turn on. So we've got beetroot, potatoes, carrots, wheat. We've got the seeds composting into here, so we're getting bone meal. And I've also got these villagers here that I've put in the corners. So they have trades like wheat for emeralds. So whenever we want to, we can get some emeralds out of them by just giving them the crops. And this is our bubble column here, so let's say I throw in some carrots. That'll go up, and you'll see the carrot lamp turn on here very soon. There it goes. And if we look in this chest, you can see it's processing in. So, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. I've tried to make it look pretty, and I think I've done a pretty good job, so I hope you guys like it. And one of the things that I did mention earlier was that I was not getting any potatoes or carrots out of the system. So it took me a long while to figure that out. But Bankor actually had a suggestion that we move these receiver villagers forward a bit. And that actually makes it so that the farmers can see them and reach them. And then they'll actually throw our potatoes and carrots. So I'm finally getting potatoes and carrots out of the system. And I'm getting everything else. So I'm going to just go ahead and try and trade with some of these guys, so we can get 1 emerald for 20 wheat. So I can just do a whole bunch of trades if I want to. And he will upgrade. He'll upgrade very soon. And now he's got more trades, but we can continue trading wheat with him. Just get that. And he stopped trading with us after a few trades. But then we can just move on to our other villager and trade with him. And now I've got 32 emeralds in my inventory. It's not a whole bunch, but if I wanted to, I could just keep trading with our other villagers to get more emeralds. But yeah, that is our whole system. And I think I'm going to leave this episode off here. It's been a very long episode, so I apologize if it's been too long. But yeah, this has easily been the most work I've ever put into an episode. It's been a few weeks, actually, just getting our auto crop farm sorted out, and of course, also our villager trading hall took a while. So, I hope you like the look of the builds. I hope you like all the work I've done so far. And, yeah. Make sure to leave a comment, let me know what you think, leave a like, and, I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.